everyone, so for today we'll be going back to history. But before we start our topic for today, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the like button.
History 101.
Okay, so before we start our discussion for today, do you know what's our topic subject? Yes, it is the most dangerous, the most death-defying sport of all. It is swimming!
One eternity later.
Before we start our discussion for today, do you know who is the one responsible why we have swimming in our educational system today? Do you know who invented swimming? Do you know who invented swimming pools? Who first created swimming pools? Or anything else? Okay, so without further ado, we will begin.
Eventually,
Archaeological and other evidences shows that our ancestors practiced swimming way back as early, as early as 2500 before Christ era.
Say what?
Say what?
Especially in Egypt. And so, other early civilizations, indulge themselves to swimming.
Say what?
So, it was Greece and Rome to first involve or include swimming as part of their martial training, and so on. It developed, and then it was part of the educational system for males. Not until the 17th century, wherein there was an imperial proclamation that states that swimming should be part of the educational system no matter what your gender is, no matter what your status is in the society. And that's why the Romans built swimming pools distinct from their baths.
Say what?
So, since they were already developing swimming pools, they were already creating swimming pools, this so-called Gaius Maecenas, I don't know how to pronounce his name, in the 1st century, created the first heated swimming pool. So, it's like a swimming pool in a hot spring, or a hot spring in a swimming pool.
Say what?
Meanwhile,
The lack of swimming in Europe during the Middle Ages is explained by authorities as having been caused by a fear that swimming spread infection and caused epidemics, maybe because there was a present epidemics during those times, and they think that it is spread through swimming. But in contrast to that statement, in the late 17th century, there is some evidence of swimming at seashore resorts of Great Britain, as it is said to be a water therapy. So swimming was considered as a water therapy during those times to heal or to cure illnesses.
a few moments later.
When the first swimming organization was formed there in 1837, London had 6 indoor pools already with diving boards.
Say what?
The first swimming championship was a 440-yard or a 400-meter race held in Australia in 1846 and is annually done thereafter.
meanwhile,
National swimming federations were formed in several European countries from 1882 to 1889.
meanwhile,
In the United States, swimming was first nationally organized as a sport by the AAU or the Amateur Athletic Union on its founding on 1888. The Fédération Internationale de Natation Amateur or FINA was founded in 1909. Olympic events were originally for men only. But in 1912, women's events were added in Olympics.
Meanwhile,
Before the formation of FINA, before there was FINA, the games included some unusual events. For instance, in 1900s, when there was a swimming competition, or there in the games of swimming in Seine River in France, a 200-meter obstacle race involved climbing over a pole and a line of balls that the swimmer should go below. So, such oddities disappeared after FINA took over or took charge in the swimming, in standardizing swimming.
A few moments later.
Under FINA regulation for both Olympic and other world competition, race lengths came increasingly to be measured in meters. The kinds of stroke allowed were deducted to butterfly, breaststroke, crawl or freestyle, and backstroke. All four strokes were used in individual medley races.
Eventually.
That's it for today, everyone. I hope you learned or you have gathered information about the history of swimming, and I hope you enjoyed watching and listening to me as we discuss the history of swimming. That's all for today, everyone. Bye!